would throw here. Stands back near his own end zone. Fires it out, and Gorkuber's got it! He's out past the 30, 40, midfield, down to the 40. He could go all the way! Oh my goodness! So we must have had Ellen Meyer the previous one. So Abby Haig tournament. Now here is a pitch. Snidey gets it. He'll go down in the backfield. Oh. So Francisco Rodriguez will take the corner kick, bending it in, a header and a goal! Chances for the team taking the corner. This one is bent in, a header, and it's off the goal post and in! And the Cardinals. Marty. Now a play in the middle, again pushed over. Monticello getting a little tentative here. Schlichting will down it. Here comes St. Cloud getting behind the defense here. Longnecker trying to make the shot. Lewis is battling Recklin Ellingson, and here's a shot. Outlet ahead. Gavin Roderick on the front time. Now we've got a runner. That doesn't go. Brown with the defensive rebound. Outlet back, a 2-on-1. Nice hit from it. Up the right side. He's got room. Takes the shot. Save made. Rebound. The Alexandria Cardinal boys basketball team is going to be spending all of its week here at the home floor, Polling Court at Alexandria Area High School, as the Cardinals have 3 CLC matchups throughout the week, including tonight's contest, the only meeting of the year between Alexandria and Rocori. We look forward to bringing you a lot of these basketball games in this gymnasium throughout the course of the week. Our 5-event week starts with boys basketball tonight, with the Cardinals presently at 6-3 on the year, facing the Rocori Spartans, who started the year at 0-7, but have since won 2 out of the last 3 games. We welcome you to our pregame show, brought to you by Juettner Motors of Alexandria. We've got a number of people helping to bring you our broadcast tonight, including our KXRA radio studio engineer, Steve D. We have JP Bolin and JD as his sidekick tonight, doing the videography work for our YouTube channel. And the persons that will be describing the game include my broadcast partner, Russ Hinrichs, and myself, Dave McClurg. Russ, great to be back with you. I know that we'll get kind of familiar. I don't think they're going to be charging us rent for taking up so much time in the gymnasium throughout the course of the week, but you know, Alexandria started calendar year 2026 on a very good note last week, with the wins against Moorhead and Fergus Falls, and now hopefully the Cardinals can build on that this week.
Yeah, absolutely. It's great to be with you guys tonight, and good to be on the air. It's going to be a fun week. Lots of basketball, both boys and girls, and I know I'm excited about it, and that starts tonight with a Monday night game against the Rocori Spartans. And yeah, the Cardinals are, you know, you can kind of feel it. I mentioned it last week, that you can kind of feel that this team is getting closer and closer to who they want to be and what they want to be. And tonight, I think for one of the first times all year, they're going to be at full strength. And yeah, this is going to be the kickoff, hopefully, to a really successful week for the Cardinals.
Meanwhile, the Rocori Spartans come in, as we pointed out. The ledger's not really strong. I think we have a situation where Tyler Barker's team, he's got a lot of young people that are playing varsity for the first time this winter. I think he mentioned to me just one player back, you know, from the top 7 or 8 in the rotation. It is interesting, some of the lineage of these Rocori basketball players that we'll be announcing tonight. You know, kids such as Nolan Crone, he's a freshman this year for Rocori. His dad, Jason, was an excellent basketball player back in the day. Anders Hauge, I don't know if we'll see a lot of him in tonight's varsity game. His dad is Ryan Hauge, the principal at Rocori High School. And then, oh, by the way, there is a Brink on the team. Drew Brink is now in his senior year for the Spartans, and obviously you, as a Jefferson High School graduate, know how good Rocori was when Bob Brink, Drew's grandfather, was the longtime head coach at Rocori. So it's kind of fun to see some of these names, helping out the Rocori program here in the 25-26 season. Absolutely,
and I think you hit the nail on the head there. It is a young team, and really it's a young program, and they're kind of, I don't want to say rebuilding, but they're going through a young phase right now where they're just trying to get some kids some experience and, again, see what kind of team they can be at the end of the year in the section. And, I think the section right now, over the next couple weeks, we're going to find out that Section 8 3A is wide open right now. And so I'm excited. We get to see Wilmer next week on the road. And tonight, Rocori is the first of 3 conference games. And, the Cardinals have dominated the conference here for the last 3 or 4 years. And so they hope to continue that tonight.
Yeah, and again, we look forward to bringing you the play-by-play. I would anticipate the varsity game will be starting pretty close to on time, around 7:15. So if you're out in the community right now, you still have an opportunity to get here to Alexandria Area High School for the Cardinals and the Rocori Spartans. Again, the only meeting of the year between these teams. I do want to let you know that you are listening to People Radio, KXRA Alexandria, 1490 AM, 100.3 FM, 105.7 FM, and audio as well through the Voice of Alexandria app, powered by Mission Mechanical, plumbing, heating, and air conditioning. Special thanks to Juettner Motors, the presenting sponsor of our pregame coverage on our Leighton Media platforms, which also include the Voice of Alexandria streaming channel on YouTube. Again, if we have radio coverage, it's likely we're also featuring that on our Voice of Alexandria YouTube channel. You can just search the Voice of Alexandria to get to our YouTube channel, or even access that from our website at voiceofalexandria.com. We're going to take our first break here during our Juettner Motors pregame show. On the other side, we'll connect with the head coach of the Alexandria varsity boys basketball team. Forrest Witt will be our guest after this timeout.
What's your number?
We drove 25 miles to get a great deal at Quality Toyota.
I drove 7 miles to get a great deal from Quality Toyota.
Quality Toyota.
When you come to Fat Daddy's Bar and Grill, you can count on great food, over 30 beers on tap, and a creative drink menu.
Come join us today at Fat Daddy's Bar and Grill in Alexandria.
Good service, good friends, and a great place to eat.
Why do I bank at First Western? Easy. They take care of their customers.
First Western. You can bank on us.
It's the right time for a getaway. It's the right time for a getaway. Let's get away.
Better water starts with EcoWater. Get started today and discover EcoWater's products and expertise for the perfect solution. Visit WeFixWaterMN.com with offices in Alexandria, Fergus Falls, Glenwood, and Morris.
Being locally owned here at the Culvers of Alexandria, Charles Johnson and myself, John Loomis, are very proud to be a part of the community. We enjoy the time we get to spend here, the memories we've made, and we're excited to see you after the game when you need to refuel.
Go Cardinals!
Resorters Marine in Oseques. Check us out for new and used boats, pontoons, UTVs, and golf carts. For the whole outdoors, shop us first, shop us last, just shop us. Resorters Marine and Outdoors in Oseques.
I just get a great satisfaction when I hear the relief in a customer's voice that they've been helped. They always feel it's an inconvenience when they call us. It's like, it's never an inconvenience. We love helping our customers.
At Viking Bank, we're invested in your journey.
For over 30 years, Northland Buildings has been providing quality post-frame buildings to customers, serving clients across the upper Midwest since 1994. Northland Buildings. Quality buildings built tough for the Northland.
Northland Building. Fresh, family, locally loved. Eldon's Fresh Foods. Eldon's Fresh Foods.
Who do you turn to if you or a loved one is experiencing a mental health crisis?
We're here. Region 4 South Mobile Crisis Team will come to you by calling 701-364-0431.
If you haven't experienced all new Woodies, you're missing out on the best clean in town.
We installed all new equipment and high suction vacuum service,
but kept our personalized touch with our pre-wash and hand drying service.
Get your shine on
at Woody's Car Wash in the heart of downtown Alexandria.
Welcome back to Alexandria Area High School with more of our Juettner Motors pregame show here on our latent media platforms, KXRA Radio and the Voice of Alexandria streaming channel on YouTube. I'm Dave McClure, joined right now by the head coach of the Alexandria Cardinal boys basketball team, Forrest Witt, prior to tonight's Central Lakes Conference home game with the Rocori Spartans. It's the only meeting of the year between Alexandria and Rocori. Forrest, I know I talked with you before the game up at Fergus Falls on Thursday night, and you kind of emphasized to me that you were hoping that you'd see your team kind of, do some of the stuff that it would like to do and then maybe do it on a more consistent basis, kind of avoid a second half lull and everything. My observation was it seemed like your guys were able to do that that night. I know Fergus hit some shots early on and took a brief lead, and then once your team grabbed the advantage, they kind of built on it throughout the rest of the night. Was that closer to a complete game type performance you were hoping to see?
Yeah, I think that was what we were looking for. And it kind of just comes back to that whole concept of, let's be our best version of ourselves. It's not, because a lot of times you can get lackadaisical, you can do things that, aren't going to help you just, against an opponent that you're better than. It's just you can get yourself into bad habits, and we've been talking a lot about let's develop good habits, no matter if it's 2-point game or if it's a 32-point game, and just trying to really, be consistent in that area and in those areas, and I thought we did a good job of that against Fergus Falls, and something that we're going to need to continue to do to establish those habits that we want to just become second nature.
I know your team forced the Otters into something like 20 turnovers for the night, and obviously that led to the opportunity to get some transition baskets and everything. Mm-hmm. Were you happy with the byproduct of what your team was able to generate off those turnovers?
Yeah, I mean, I typically get if you turn them over in the backcourts, or not in the backcourt, but in the front court, out on the perimeter, something good's going to happen. You're at least going to have some opportunities to create in transition, and I thought we were able to do that. And I thought we were selective when we needed to be, but we were aggressive when we should be in transition, and kind of naturally flowing into our offense. So that was definitely a positive.
I know that Grady Starzl was unavailable for Thursday night's game as he was feeling under the weather, but it seemed like a person like Miles Gray got some touches very early on in the game, and it was nice to see him be a force to get some inside scoring.
Yeah, Miles is, growing up, he was always, more of a true post player that was a little bigger, and, as he grew older, he didn't grow as much, but, Miles is a good player just in the concept of, he can pose some mismatches because he is very good down in the post, if he has a good size advantage, but he also can play out on the perimeter and get to the basket and get to the paint. So, Miles has been really consistent for us early in the season, and it certainly gave us a jump inside when we didn't have Grady, and just somebody that's been very consistent, and we're going to need that from Miles moving forward as well.
You mentioned to me before starting up the interview for us that Grady Starzl is back and available for you tonight. Might we have that term of the pitch count being used in terms of how much Grady may play in this game?
Yeah, I think it'll just kind of see how he's feeling, for him to, missing a week and that illness, obviously that takes some out of you and lost some weight, and I'm sure, and those types of things. So just trying to get him back in the flow, getting him back into basketball rhythm, and get the blood flowing in a basketball game. So some of that will just be a wait and see how he's feeling, and trying to get his conditioning right back to where he was beforehand.
Meanwhile, for Talon Witt, you shared with us on Thursday that his limits or his minutes might be a little bit limited, but now will he start to get gradually more minutes as we go into another week of him with getting court time?
Yeah, as we'll see. I think it's just kind of, again, one of those that we got to, because he jumped back in there, rather quickly after, sitting out for a while. So, naturally there's going to be some soreness and stiffness, and we just got to make sure that we're, that soreness and stiffness isn't something that, is backtracking, so to speak. So, I think it'll kind of be a as needed type basis, in that probably 10, 12 minutes tonight, and we'll kind of see from there.
We are visiting with the head coach of the Alexandria Cardinal boys basketball team, Forrest Witt, as part of our pregame show. The pregame coach's comments are presented to you by Alamere Health. It's a busy week for the Alexandria boys basketball team, but it's all taking place here at home. 3 Central Lakes Conference games in the next 5 nights against the likes of Sauk Rapids, Rice, Brainerd, and then this evening, Rocori visits. And Rocori is a team that really has struggled to get wins under their belt, but I talked to Tyler Barker ahead of the broadcast tonight. It sounds like he's got a rather young squad in terms of overall varsity experience that may experience some growing pains. But Forrest, how do you view this particular matchup?
Yeah, they're definitely young. Watched them a couple times, pretty much across the board. Maybe 1 or 2 seniors that play significant minutes, or at least guys that have contributed in the past. So they're a little bit green early. I know it's typically, I guess we're still kind of early in the season, 7, 8 games in, but I think they're probably in that boat of, hey, let's try to get better every time out, and that's certainly where we're at too. So the mindset isn't we're playing a team that's struggling, guys. We're just trying to get better, and that's really that message that we talked to earlier, is let's just get better every play, every possession, no matter the score, no matter the opponent. Let's just set our sights on what can we do to get better and play the right way, because that's where your habits are developed, and that's what you're going to naturally do, when you need to have those good habits. And it's not a 30-point game, when it's a 3-point game or you're down 5. So, I think Tyler's done a great job there. Truth be told, they're not as talented as some of the Rocori teams here have passed, but, they have some good young kids, and they're trying to get better every time out. So we're going to approach it the same that we would anybody else.
Regarding some of the message points that you'll have for your players, knowing that this, has the potential of being, one-sided in favor of the Alexandria Cardinals, but yet at the beginning of the game at 0-0, what do you want to see your guys come out and do?
I think be aggressive. I think we can turn them over, whether that's in the half court or in the full court. So being aggressive and making sure that we're not playing, too relaxed, but also, that fine line where we're not overly aggressive when we're fouling, so they're sitting in the bonus at the 10-minute mark. So I think that's going to be the number one key. And then offensively is to make sure we're getting quality shots and make sure we're reversing the basketball player movement, ball movement, and getting shots that we want and not shots that we just decide to take. So that's something that we've been focused on also, as our shot selection. Not that it's been bad, but I think it's something that can get better and something we need to continue to work on.
Forrest, I'll look forward to visiting with you at the end of the week here, as we'll have the broadcast of Friday night's game against Sauk Rapids Rice as well. But good luck at the start of the week here, and thanks a lot for the comments, and best wishes to you and the team.
Thanks again, D-Mac. Appreciate it.
There is Forrest Witt, the head coach of the Alexandria Cardinal boys basketball team, joining us for a segment of our Juettner Motors pregame show. Our coach's comments feature brought to you by Alamere Health. It's better here.
And that will bring to a conclusion our Juettner Motors pregame. A few words ahead from our broadcast partners here on Layton Media, and then we're back with the play-by-play of Alexandria Cardinal boys basketball following this timeout.
Trum Drug has things in every aisle that you won't find anywhere else, and many of them are made right here in Minnesota. Stop in and grab something for yourself, a friend, or family. Trum Drug, locally owned, locally loved.
As the seasons change, so do the needs of your car. That's when Alexandria drivers turn to Mike and Josh at Precision Auto. From simple tune-ups to major repairs, trust a pro. Precision Auto on 8th and Nokomis, Alexandria. Cardinals fans, did you know that Cenex Midtown Express has a gas pump designated to support Alexandria Public Schools? For each gallon purchased, 2 cents will be donated to the schools. Pump up your pride at Cenex, your local hometown choice in Alexandria and Garfield. Owned by the community, supporting the community.
I'm a nurse at heart. I went into this to take care of other people.
What we say as nurses and as teammates matters here.
Come on over, you'll love it. You will get to experience so many things and help many people.
Dentistry at the Center knows all about busy schedules, and that's one of the best things about having 3 dentists. We have more appointment times available, so we can see you sooner. So, for dentist appointments to fit your schedule better, come see the friendly folks at Dentistry at the Center.
Where you start today is not where you'll finish tomorrow. At Alexandria College, we know you have big plans for the future. Find your calling and be a legend.
Life can sometimes feel like you're navigating through construction. You hit a detour, run out of gas, or you're going the wrong way on a one-way street. But Lakeland Mental Health Center is here to help you get back to the right path. Visit lmhc.org. Help today for a better tomorrow.
Hi, I'm Mark Lee from Mark Lee Excavating and Asphalt and Paving. I'm looking for experienced, hardworking people to join my company. When you work for us, you'll be home every night, no overnight hotels. Give me a call and visit my website, because we're hiring and we want to talk to you about your next career with us.
When you want your closing to go as smooth as possible, ask for Integrity Title. We may be a bit obsessed about our jobs and the details that go into it, but that's what makes us such a good choice for your real estate closing. Ask for Integrity Title, the title closing geeks.
The Tradesman Construction has built a rich history as being the premier, most referred, full-service general contractor in the area. They are a proud supporter of all Alexandria Cardinal teams. Find them online at tradesmanconstruction.com.
From Alexandria Area High School, Cardinal boys basketball is on the air. Alexandria versus Rocori in the only meeting of the teams between the 2025-26 regular season, and they will not meet each other in the playoffs. Rocori remains in Section 8 AAA, while Alexandria made the move up into Class 4A Section 8. We are about to feature our national anthem, and that is being brought to you on our latent media platforms by Carlson Music Center in Alexandria. For all of your musical needs, visit online at carlsonmusiccenter.com. Again, our thanks to Carlson Music Center for the presentation of the national anthem prior to the varsity boys basketball matchup between the Cardinals and the Rocori Spartans. Again, for any of your music needs, including the scheduling of voice lessons for your students, visit online at carlsonmusiccenter.com. We'll take a look at the Alameda Health starting lineups. First of all, for the visiting Rocori Spartans, they will have in the backcourt a freshman, Nolan Crone. He'll be joined by a senior, Connor Pearson, and then Brody Woods, another senior, will be in the backcourt for the Spartans. Up front, junior Nolan Van Looy, and the other forward is Drew Brink, a senior for Rocori. And as we get into the broadcast, we'll let you know about the significance of people such as Nolan Crone and Drew Brink when it comes to the history of Rocori High School boys basketball. Tyler Barker is the head coach of the Spartans, who come in at 0-5 in the Central Lakes Conference, 2-8 overall. Alexandria will have 5 seniors on the floor to start tonight, including Mason Witt in the backcourt. He'll be joined by his cousin Talon Witt, and also Gavin Roderick will be in the backcourt for Alexandria. Up front, senior Miles Gray, and he'll be joined by senior Thomas Hendricks. Forrest Witt is the head coach of the Alexandria team that captured the 2025 Class AAA boys basketball title, advancing out of Section 8. This year's Alexandria Cardinal team is 4-0 in the Central Lakes Conference with an overall record of 6-3. The introduction of the lineups brought to you by Alamere Health. It's better here. Keys to tonight's game brought to you by Alexandria Motors. Together, let's drive with Alexandria Motors. First of all, for the visiting Rocori Spartans, Coach Tyler Barker feels that his team has to handle the basketball. He knows that Alexandria is going to come with some pressure tonight, so ball security definitely will be a key. And then get out and contest the Alexandria Cardinal shooters, and then also try to do some work on the glass, both offensively and defensively. Alexandria Motors keys to tonight's game, according to head coach Forrest Witt for Alexandria. Again, continue to keep getting better play-by-play, and also get some quality shots while shifting Rocori's defense, and that can happen by reversing the basketball. And then obviously be aggressive, but not too overly aggressive to pick up fouls, which can add to that team foul count, which might get Rocori into the bonus. Again, the keys brought to you by Alexandria Motors. Together, let's drive. The opening tap is won by the Rocori Spartans, and already Alexandria comes with some pressure, and a traveling violation occurs as it's going to go back to the Alexandria Cardinals for the first possession of the night.
Yeah, Coach Witt mentioned that a little bit in the pregame, that he thought we could turn them over a little bit with some of that pressure. And as young as they are, you know, I think our pressure can really give some teams some trouble.
Now the Alexandria Cardinals with the basketball. Gavin Roderick will take the first shot of the game and sink a three-pointer from the left side.
Yeah, just going in rhythm, and I think, you know, these 5 seniors, there's another almost travel there. These 5 seniors have played together for a long time. They know how each other operates and where each other should be.
So it's 3-0 in favor of Alexandria. Here's Nolan Crone looking to work his way to the basket. Shot is off the glass, front rim, and it drops in for the freshman Nolan Crone. 3-2 Alexandria, and it is still 3-2 as the three-point shot by Mason Witt is off target. Connor Pearson with the defensive rebound for the Rocori Spartans. I think there may have been a late switch in the starting lineup from what Coach Barker mentioned to me. I believe sophomore Ethan Hellerman is one of the 5 players on the floor right now for Rocori, rather than Drew Brink. Now the Spartans' Nolan Van Looy has the basketball right side. Down to 7 seconds to go on the shot clock. Ball gets tapped into the backcourt. The Spartans run out of time. Desperation 3 is off target. The rebound goes to Miles Gray. And here come the Cardinals back the other way, and Thomas Hendricks will attack the basket, and he puts the shot off the window and in.
Yeah, good. Just again, transition. I think as we get out into transition, that's another area where we can certainly take advantage of that against some of these teams that aren't used to playing at that same speed and tempo. You know, one of the things when you play, you know, I think it's going to be important when you play a team that maybe is struggling. Your play, you know, you cannot play down, so to speak, to the level of your competition. You have a standard for how you expect to play, and you have to stay with that.
A couple of shots for Nolan Van Looy do not go, and then the Spartans get another rebound. And now the ball comes out. Outside shot by Ethan Hellerman doesn't go, and we're going to have a ball that gets tapped out, and Rocori will keep the basketball. So the young Spartans team getting a number of attempts at the basket here on this particular possession. Pass goes in, Van Looy trying to work underneath. Shot doesn't go. Follow-up is going to be good, and that will be Brody Woods getting the putback basket for the Spartans.
Yeah, and rebounding, we've got to do a better job under there. We can't give up all those rebounds. And we're going to have to do a better job of boxing out and just getting more physical in there.
Now Van Looy is going to be called for a personal foul at the other end as Gavin Roderick was trying to work his way up the baseline. Possession will belong to the Alexandria Cardinals. Roderick gets it into Mason Witt, and he tried to give it back to Roderick with the pass down on the baseline. The Spartans deflect it out, and possession will belong to the Cardinals. If you are watching on our YouTube channel, Alexandria flowing right to left here in this first half of play. Cardinals wearing the darker jerseys. Three-point shot by Gavin Roderick, spins around and drops in, and he has started 2 for 2 beyond the arc.
Gavin certainly off to a good start.
Now Van Looy looks to drive for Rocori, and he got bumped as he was going to the basket, and a foul is going to be called on the Alexandria Cardinals, and that will be on Thomas Henricks. Spartans will play the ball in along the baseline. Lob goes in inside, and the layup attempt by Brody Woods doesn't go, and Alexandria collects the rebound, and then the Spartans get a foul. I believe it's going to be Woods with the personal.
Yeah, good job there by Miles to box out and get that foul on their one guy, I think, that's big and inside.
Now Mason Witt will try to send it inside toward Gray, and the ball gets deflected out. Alexandria will play it in. We're not yet 3 minutes into the opening half. It's Alexandria 8, Rocori 4 in varsity boys basketball. Our scoreboard updates being brought to you by Glenwood State Bank. Inbound pass gets turned over, and then the Spartans looking to come the other way, and we're going to have a foul called on Alexandria, I believe, after the turnover. And Gavin Roderick will pick up this personal for Alexandria.
Yeah, we kind of, I don't know what happened there in the inbounds play, miscommunication there, unfortunately. And so, again, here now we can set the tone with our defense here, see if we can create a turnover.
Spartans work it up the right sideline, and now in the front court, Connor Pearson has it. It comes out top, and the three for Nolan Crone grazed iron, and then Karam's out of bounds, and Alexandria will get the basketball back. The Cardinals, again, 6-3 on the year. They have started calendar year 2026 with a pair of wins. Here's Gavin Roderick with the skip pass over to Mason Witt as the Spartans show a little bit of zone. Now the pass goes inside, and Miles Gray down low puts it in for 2.
Yeah, nice job there by the Cardinals, recognizing that zone, and if we get the ball to the middle like that, it's going to be real hard. There's another turnover.
Yep, pass intercepted, and it's coming back the other way. Mason Witt getting it off to Henricks down the lane. Thomas will lay it in for 2.
Yeah, good basketball there by the Cardinals. Again, good defense leads to easy offense.
Now Alexandria showing some pressure, but the Spartans do get it into the front court. Nolan Van Looy getting it off to Connor Pearson. Back to Van Looy, then inside for Brody Woods, and it's off his fingertips out of bounds. Turnover on the Spartans, that is number 3.
Yeah, that's the tempo, that's the speed with which we want to play. Again, you can just feel it kind of speeding up the other team.
12-4 Alexandria with the advantage. Cardinals with the ball going right to left in this first half of play. Pass goes into Gray, then across. Shot is up and in. Thomas Henricks with his 3rd basket of the game.
Yeah, nice job there, just running kind of that short corner. Miles did a nice job of finding Tom there and to finish at the hoop.
14-4 now the score for Alexandria, and then the pass goes inside. Van Looy, the senior forward, leans in and draws contact. A foul gets called on Alexandria's Mason Witt, and we'll have 2 free throws coming for the junior, Nolan Van Looy.
Yeah, one thing about Rocori is they usually have, good size. They're usually pretty strong in terms of their players. They obviously have a great tradition over the last few years with football, and so their kids are going to battle. Their kids are going to compete. That's kind of a Rocori staple, and so you're going to have to, deal with some of their physical nature.
Yep, 1 of 2 from the line for Nolan Van Looy, and you talk about that Rocori tradition. I think it branches a lot across a lot of sports, whether it be football in the spring. Typically, their baseball program is very good, and a lot of these kids will probably be on the baseball diamond in the spring. Mason Witt misses on a 3. Rebound goes to the Rocori Spartans, who have the ball down by 9 at 14-5. And now we're going to have the ball going inside, and I think we're going to have a foul on Miles Gray here. So that's already 4 fouls, and I think that would be a little bit of a concern that's probably a high number of fouls for the early part of the game here, Russ.
Yeah, they're trying to get the ball inside, and you mentioned, Rocori tradition. Their kids, the expectation is that they play multi-sports, and they're multi-sport activity kids, and I've always appreciated that about Rocori.
Nat Parks is now in as the Spartans are able to connect on a basket. That'll be Connor Pearson scoring the bucket here, and it is now a 14-7 game. Mason Witt dials up from three-point range, cannot connect at the other end. Van Looy with the defensive rebound for Rocori. Alexandria built the lead up to 10 almost 4 minutes in, and now the Spartans have scored the last 3 and are looking for more. Nolan Van Looy has it out top. Then it goes to Nolan Crone on the left side. Now to Pearson. Pearson at the top of the key. The Cardinals' Grady Starzl is now on the floor, getting some action for Alexandria. Pass goes inside. Tough to handle for Brody Woods, but he snared it, and then down on the left block, he scores.
Yeah, both kids are working hard in there. I know Tom was trying to front him and not let him catch it.
And meanwhile, Gavin Roderick sinks another 3, and he has started 3 for 3 beyond the arc, and the Cardinals go up by 8.
Yeah, you can't defend them all. I think that's the key about when they have Talon Mason and Gavin in there. It's going to be really hard. You're going to have to figure out a plan. Nice job there by Tom.
Yep, loose ball, and the Cardinals able to force a Rocori turnover, and then the outlet ahead toward Thomas Henricks is out, and it's going to go back to the Rocori Spartans.
Yeah, unfortunate there. They kind of had an easy break and just a miscommunication, and it's good to see Grady back out there. He missed an entire week of school, and it's kind of been going through the team, I think, a little bit, just some of that illness, so it's good to see him back out there.
The Spartans with the ball, and a 3-point shot rattles in for Nolan Crone. Crone with the basket now has 5 tonight. And 6 minutes in, Alexandria's lead is 5. There's Gavin Roderick, and he is on fire right now. 4 for 4 beyond the arc. His individual point total has matched that of the Spartans to this point. 12 for Gavin Roderick. Alexandria's lead is 8. Now the Cardinals extend the defense. Drew Brink now into the game for Rocori. He's got it in the right corner. His 3 goes off. Rebound to Grady Starzl, and Alexandria's looking to push. Now it comes up the floor. Turnaround shot by Mason Witt goes off. Ball tapped out of bounds, and it will belong to Alexandria. Now Rocori's going to make a
great job there by, I see Blake's coming in. Sorry to interrupt you there. Good job there by Tom to get position there and fight to get that additional possession here as Blake comes in. He'll come in for Talon, who still, I think, is still working through trying to, just get himself back into basketball shape, so to speak.
Lob in. Grady Starzl's shot hangs on the front rim and drops through.
Yeah, nice job there by Grady. They run that inbounds play so well. Good timing there. Good to see Grady back in there.
So now nearly 7 minutes in, Alexandria has it back to a 10-point lead after Rocori had made a little bit of inroads. 22-12, the Cardinals in front, 11 minutes to go in the half. Here's a three-pointer from the left side by Hellerman. That doesn't go. Rebound to the Alexandria Cardinals. Mason Witt will get it off to Thomas Henricks, who already has 6 points tonight. His shot doesn't go. Blake Scholl's shot doesn't go. And Grady Starzl gets an offensive rebound, but his shot got contested, and eventually the Spartans get the rebound. So now up the floor as Brody Woods is trying to get a pass from Drew Brink, and we're going to have a bump, and I think that's going to be an Alexandria foul on Grady Starzl. Already 5 fouls for the Cardinals with 10.5 minutes to go in the first half. Henricks will check out as Miles Gray re-enters. So Alexandria has Mason Witt, Blake Scholl, Grady Starzl, Miles Gray, and Gavin Roderick on the floor. Loose ball, and it's going to be saved somehow. Played over out to the left side. Now Connor Pearson trapped, and he lost the ball. Here comes Alexandria back the other way, but the Cardinals have a pass that goes a little bit wide, and it's back to Rocori.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's a little oversharing there. I think, traditionally This is a team that, wants to share the basketball, and that's one of those times where you just probably got to go up strong. But again, Gavin in the backcourt just relentlessly trying to, create that turnover. Here we get another one.
Yep, that's a traveling violation on the Spartans, and that's now 6 turnovers here for the Spartans in the first 8 minutes of the game. Rocori will make a substitution. Nolan Van Looy will check out as Nolan Krohn is back in. So it's Krohn along with Ethan Hellerman. I believe Drew Brink is on the floor, Connor Pearson, and Brody Woods is player number 5 as Blake Scholl will hit a 3-point shot. It's interesting, Mason Witt is 0 for 3 beyond the arc, and then Alexandria is a team 5 for 5. Oh my, Gavin Roderick gets a theft in the backcourt, attacks the basket, lays the shot in, he draws contact, the basket counts, and Alexandria grows the lead to 13.
Yeah, nice job there as we get a whole army of young Cardinal fans walking in front of us there. Excited to see the Cardinals play. Good job there again by Gavin, just in the backcourt, just working hard, getting to the line. And again, he's off to another fantastic start. He's got 15 already.
Yeah, he had 32 in the victory to lead all scorers against Fergus Falls on Thursday night. So 28-12, Alexandria now a near steal at midcourt. Spartans do have it, and I believe Tyler Barker, the head coach of Rocori, wants a full timeout. So we're going to make this a 1-minute break of our own on our Leighton Media platforms. 9:41 remains in the opening half. The numbers on the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard have Alexandria leading Rocori 28-12.
At ALP Utilities, we're proud to be a community-owned public power and water utility. That means local decisions, reliable service, and reinvesting in Alexandria. From classrooms to sidelines, we're proud to be a part of the moments that bring our community together.
Carlson Music Center, downtown Alexandria. Yamaha pianos and new and used equipment. Lessons and instruction. Learn from the best, piano and voice to guitar and violin. Carlson Music Center, for all your musical needs in Alexandria.
Hi, Carl Qualley with Qualley Real Estate. Our business approach is based on what we call the 4 E's: experience, expertise, ethics, and energy. Qualities that led us to be voted Best Real Estate Company 3 years in a row. Find your real estate coach at Qualley Real Estate, where we protect your money.
Hi, I'm Dr. Emma.
And I'm Dr. AJ. We're the dentists at the Alexandria Dental Clinic, where advanced care meets a family-first approach.
From cosmetic dentistry and Invisalign to restorative work and pediatric care.
Alexandria Dental Clinic, your smile's new best friend.
On the campus of Alexandria Area High School at Pollard Court, the Alexandria boys basketball team has the 16-point lead, 28-12, and these visiting Rocori Spartans have the ball. Now it goes into the corner, and the 3 does not go. And oh my, good work by Grady Starzl to muscle that rebound.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's some of that size and strength that I think, we missed a little bit. And so it's good to see Grady back in there.
Here's Roderick feeding to the right side. Another outside shot by Blake Scholl, and he's 2 for 2 beyond the arc.
6 threes tonight for the Cardinals, and that's, that's one way to build up that lead.
Yep, now it's 31-12. Alexandria by 19. Now the Spartans with the ball. It's extended out. Connor Pearson has it out top. Now it goes to Brody Woods. Woods one dribble on the floor, then feeds off to Drew Brink from the right wing. That's off the front rim. Woods with the offensive rebound. First shot, no good. And then I think he ended up getting called for traveling. Russ, I thought he might have flipped that chicken wing there to get an offensive foul, but evidently the traveling occurred before that.
Yeah, I think that's almost a good piece of officiating there. I think he could have called a foul, but he decided just to call a travel as he probably shuffled his feet.
So Alexandria leads by 19. Grady Starzl hemmed in underneath the basket, gives it off to Blake Scholl. He's 3 for 3 from three-point land. Oh my, it seems like Gavin Roderick and Blake Scholl can't miss at the moment from the outside. Those two combined are 7 for 7 beyond the arc.
Yeah, the Cardinals just doing a good job again of sharing the basketball and making the basketball move. It's not being stagnant. They're finding the open man.
Now a drive by Nolan Cronin. I believe that snaps a 17-0 run for Alexandria. Still, the Cardinals are up by 20 at 34-14.
Yeah, you mentioned pregame. Nolan's dad, Jason, really good basketball player. Rocori, and played really good college basketball at a high level. And it's a lot to ask for a freshman, but he's holding his own in there.
Yeah, Nolan Crone's going to be a very good basketball player for Rocori before his playing days are over. And fun to see that next generation of student athletes come through the Rocori schools. Grady Starzl scores a basket to increase the lead back to 22. Rocori will turn the ball back over to Alexandria, and the Cardinals will have it back. Gavin Roderick's going to get a bit of a spell here as Thomas Hinrichs will re-enter. So for Alexandria, dressed in the red jerseys and the red shorts tonight, the 5 on the floor for the Cardinals include Miles Gray, Mason Witt, Thomas Hinrichs, Blake Scholl, and Grady Starzl. Alexandria with a 22-point lead. Keep in mind, the player with the ball attacking the basket is Mason Witt, and he just scored his first points of the night. He had, I believe, 27 in the win against Fergus Falls last Thursday. So the Cardinals scored 36 before Mason Witt got into the scoring column. Now a skip pass gets intercepted by Miles Gray. Ahead to Blake Scholl, now to Mason Witt. Witt will attack to the rack. He puts it off the window and in.
Yeah, I really like those last 2 possessions from Mason. You know, there's something to be said when your outside shot doesn't go. Just you got to maybe work your way to the basket, see the ball go in the basket, and that probably now will lead to him making his next 3.
So it's 40-14 for Alexandria. The Cardinals presently on a 23-2 scoring run after Rocori drew to within 5 with about 7 minutes in. Now looking to attack Nolan Crone, and he gets tied up. And that's going to be Alexandria basketball, so that will count as the Spartans' 11th turnover of the night.
And that was a really good possession there, I thought, defensively. I thought the Cardinals were really active, moving their feet. And, again, Tom can come in there for Gavin, give him a break and play the top. And then, Gavin can get fresh again when he's ready, and he's going to check back in here in a minute.
Rocori makes the substitution. Blake Kelly among the players now in for the Spartans, joined by Connor Pearson, Nolan Crone. I believe Nolan Van Looy may be on the floor as well, along with Brody Woods. Now the pass in as Starzl pulls up, then he kicks it off to Mason Witt. That shot doesn't go. Thomas Hinrichs trying to back tap the ball to the left wing, and it will go out back to the Spartans. So a team defensive rebound for Rocori. Alexandria 40, Rocori 14. We are in the first half, about 12 minutes in. Russ Hinrichs, Dave McClurg bringing you boys basketball play-by-play. Here is Crone getting it ahead now to Blake Kelly. Kelly back to Crone. Nolan Crone to Blake Kelly, now to Woods, then over into the left corner. And a shot is not going to fall for the Spartans, Ethan Hellerman, and the rebound for the Alexandria Cardinals. Now looking to back his way to the basket is Gavin Roderick. Then he kicked it out. It's going to be intercepted, and then a drive to the basket at the other end, and the score for the junior Nolan Van Looy. Van Looy with the bucket, his first of the night, and Alexandria's lead is 24. Just over 5 minutes to go, first half here at Alexandria Area High School. First of 3 home games this week, and now Blake Scholl had the ball knocked away. Rocori's Van Looy is going to drive, and he'll lay it in. So Nolan Van Looy has been a little bit pesty on defense the last couple of possessions, getting some recoveries and then baskets as well. 40-18, Alexandria's lead at 22. Now Grady Starzl will put the ball on the floor and then fires it inside. The ball actually went off of Blake Scholl's fingertips and then off the backboard, and so that won't be a turnover, but rather a shot, if not by design, and Blake Kelly got the rebound.
Yeah, that's one of those instances when you look out there, we didn't have Mason or Talon on the floor, and so we were a little bit discombobulated to a certain degree, and now they'll both come back in here, and they'll go back to the 5 starters here to try to close out this half, I think, and take this lead from 22 up to a little higher.
Gavin Roderick with the ball now. He'll attack, goes strong down to the right block. His shot is off the window and in. So Gavin Roderick was hitting from the outside early, but his last 2 baskets have come from 2-point range. Now a skip pass intercepted. Back the other way come the Cardinals, and Mason Witt will knock down a 3-pointer. That gives him 7 in the opening half, and Alexandria now enjoys its biggest lead of the night, up by 27. Here comes Rocori as Brody Woods gets it across the timeline, gives it off to Van Looy, then back to Woods, and his shot will bounce on the rim about 3 times before it falls. Now Talon Witt, nice no-look give and go to Miles Gray. He did not finish on the layup. Blake Kelly with the defensive rebound for the Spartans. Off now to Ethan Hellerman, and we're going to have a whistle-stopping play. I believe we'll have a foul on Alexandria. Not yet enough to put Rocori into the bonus, but that is the last foul that the Cardinals have to give in the opening half. Thomas Hinrichs will pick up the personal foul.
Yeah, I know I'm biased, obviously, because he's my kid, but I'm not sure what he's supposed to do there. But anyway.
Now on the inbound, there is Brody Woods down in the lower part of the lane, and his finger roll shot is good. Woods has 8, Rocori has 22. The Cardinals' lead is 23. 3.5 minutes to go until halftime. Talon Witt with the ball on the right side. He'll look to attack, then give a skip pass to Miles Gray. Now reversed out, and a straight-on 3 by Gavin Roderick, and he got fouled in the act of shooting. So, as they say in the French language, en deux, trois. That's the number of free throws that Gavin Roderick is about to receive after Nolan Van Looy picks up the foul.
Yeah, nice job there again. Just a lot of ball movement there, ball reversal.
First free throw of the 3 for Gavin Roderick does not go. That might be one of his few misses from the floor tonight, either free throw or field goal shooting.
Yeah, you know, when he was younger, sometimes he had a better shooting percentage from the three-point line than he did the free throw line, so we used to kid him just to back up a little bit. But,
yeah.
And, but he sunk the last one now, and hopefully here get this next one to get 2 out of 3. 2 out of 3 ain't bad.
Yes, copyright Meatloaf.
Yes.
So I know you know your pop culture references when they come around. So
and we didn't jinx them either.
Right. Yep. Gavin Roderick was able to make the last of the free throws, so he did play the Meatloaf card there. 2 out of 3 ain't bad, and Alexandria leads by 25. 3:14 to go first half. Spartans presently have on the floor Ethan Hellerman, Nolan Crone. I believe we've got Nolan Van Looy out on the floor. Connor Pearson is in, and Brody Woods. Here's Crone with the ball. Looks like Alexandria is looking to trap when the ball goes out to the side. Now a loose ball, and I think we're going to have a bump on Gavin Roderick, and that's going to put the Spartans on the line. Roderick just picked up his second personal foul. That may cause some pause for head coach Forrest Witt. It looks like Blake Scholl's going to come in, and I'm sure he doesn't want to see Gavin Roderick pick up that third foul before halftime.
No, that's probably a smart decision. There's still quite a bit of time left, and how aggressively Gavin plays. You know, I mean, you don't want to take that away from him. So certainly, if he were to get saddled with that third foul, he'd have to be out for a while.
Nolan Van Looy cannot connect on the free throw. Ball loose, and finally, Talon Witt comes down with it. Alexandria looking to move it up the floor in the corner. The 3 by Thomas Hinrichs doesn't go. Rebound to Brody Woods of Rocori. Spartans down by 25. It's Alexandria 47, Rocori 22. Alexandria was able to open up the game in the middle part of the first half with a 17-0 run, which put Alexandria up 34-12. Now out top, here's a 3 by Hellerman, and that's off the front rim. Talon Witt scores the defensive rebound for Alexandria. And then we've got a foul called on Rocori.
Yeah, nice job there by Talon to secure that rebound and not give up that second chance opportunity. Cardinals lead by 25 here, 2.5 to go. Hopefully you can extend this out here, get to that 50-point mark.
Yep, the Cardinals were able to get north of 50 in the first half up at Fergus Falls. Here's Talon Witt getting it to Thomas Hinrichs. Over to Blake Scholl, out to Hinrichs. Rocori showing some zone right now. Alexandria still plenty of time on the shot clock. Still about 15 seconds. Miles Gray tries to go inside. Ball caroms around, intended for Scholl. Deflected out of bounds by the Spartans' Pearson. Now we'll have Talon Witt and Thomas Hinrichs checking out. Gavin Roderick re-enters, and Grady Starzl is back in for the Cardinals. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. Now the Cardinals play it in. Mason Witt has it out near midcourt. looking to get behind a Miles Gray screen. He'll attack, then pass out. Gray straight on. Three-pointer is off. Grady Starzl with the rebound. Another look here for Alexandria. Now another three-point shot, and Miles Gray couldn't connect on that. And the rebound is for the Rocori Spartans. And now Rocori's Nolan Crone gets it inside to Brody Woods, trying some pivot moves, and his shot down in the lane is good. Woods is an offensive threat and close to the basket. He's now into double figures with 10. And it's 47-24 Alexandria. And now the Cardinals get a little bit careless with the ball and turn it back over. That will be the 6th turnover of the half for Alexandria.
Yeah, a little sloppy here, these last 3 minutes. And I don't know if it's fatigue or tired, obviously coming off of the weekend. Monday games sometimes are hard in that you don't have that day before practice. You don't have a shoot-around, obviously, with school. But hopefully here we can finish out this last minute and 11 seconds here sharp.
Rocori handling the basketball. Again, the Spartans with the light-colored jersey tops if you are watching on our YouTube channel tonight. And for about another minute of game time, Rocori will be flowing left to right. Spartans have the ball out top. Nolan Van Looy gets it to Nolan Crone. Around to the right side to Connor Pearson, into Brody Woods. Puts the ball on the floor once, leans in and puts the shot in. Woods will score the basket for Rocori. And it's Alexandria 47, Rocori 26. Cardinals, Gavin Roderick has it, curls in. Little jumper in the lane off the heel of the rim. Grady Starzl with the follow. That doesn't go. And then Nolan Van Looy has the defensive rebound. So the shot clock is off. Rocori could play for the final shot of the half if the Spartans don't take an early shot or turn the ball over. Looks like Tyler Barker has his team spreading the floor here. Handling out top, Ethan Hellerman now gets it to Nolan Van Looy. Van Looy will attack, then it goes into the corner. Down to 7 seconds to go in the half. Ball out of bounds, deflected out by Blake Scholl. Clock now shows 5.2 seconds remaining in intermission, until intermission here in the first half. Ethan Hellerman to trigger it in for Rocori. Gets it in for Nolan Van Looy. He'll attack, little up and under move. Shot doesn't go. Ball volleyed up, and the first half will come to an end with Alexandria owning a 21-point lead at 47-26. For our engineers on our late media platforms, we did not have a second timeout in the first half, so we'll take that first half spot, combine that with the break, which will lead us into the Eldon's Fresh Foods mid-game report. So we will have that coming your way in about 3 minutes here on our late media platforms. But before we get you to the break, let's give you the numbers again on the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard in boys basketball. It's Alexandria 47, Rocori 26.
Enjoy life at the lake and work for a growing company that offers rewarding careers and cares about your well-being. Agard, we build cool machines and are hiring for multiple positions across the organization. Plus, no-cost health benefits for you and your family.
First Western provides the best in customer service.
Professional, friendly, full-service banking is what you can count on at First Western.
First Western, you can bank on us.
At ALP Utilities, we're proud to be a community-owned public power and water utility. That means local decisions, reliable service, and reinvesting in Alexandria. From classrooms to sidelines, we're proud to be a part of the moments that bring our community together.
Hi, I'm Mark Lee from Mark Lee Excavating and Asphalt and Paving. I'm looking for people who have experience and are willing to work hard. For those that do, you can earn up to 6 figures working for my company. Give me a call and visit my website because we're hiring and we want to talk to you about your next career with us.
From your first home to a growing family, life keeps moving. Hi, I'm Sarah Iverson with State Farm Insurance. Every change means something new to protect. Let's start a conversation today about your peace of mind because like a good neighbor, Sarah Iverson will be there.
Make it Juettner Motors your best price dealer. Make it Juettner Motors your best price dealer.
What's your number?
We've driven 57 miles 6 times for a great deal at Quality Toyota.
Quality Toyota.
There is a man, an insurance man, located in the birthplace of America, where he is committed to helping you find the best coverage for your needs.
Welcome. I'm Keith. When you think of insurance, think of Bill Marks, where we do the shopping for you.
I see generations who are passionate about what they did. I hope that I can leave a legacy of compassion for people and love for family and friends.
What's your number?
We drove 25 miles to get a great deal at Quality Toyota.
I drove 7 miles to get a great deal from Quality Toyota.
Quality Toyota.
Welcome back to Alexandria Area High School's Polo Court and our Eldon's Fresh Foods mid-game report. In boys basketball at the half, it's Alexandria 47, Rocori 26. As the Cardinals look to stay undefeated in the CLC boys basketball standings, Forrest Witt's team presently 4-0 on the year. Rocori is presently winless in the conference at 0-5, and the Spartans may be on their way to 0-6. This is not a favorable draw for the Spartans at this time of the year. Russ Henricks, all told, a pretty solid first half for Alexandria. Kind of interesting, the Cardinals actually went scoreless the last 3 minutes of the first half, but through that first 15 minutes, they did a lot of things well to build a comfortable lead.
Yeah, absolutely. I thought to start the game there, we had good energy. We were doing a lot of good things. We were running the floor. And then that, as you mentioned, those last few minutes, and I talked early in the game about playing up to your standard, and that just certainly I don't think was up to the standard or the expectations the coaches have, at all. So hopefully now here to start this second half, they'll come out here and just kind of get sharp. We've committed some silly fouls, which has led to some foul trouble for a couple of guys. But, the other thing is to think about, as they play again tomorrow night right away here in about 24 hours. So hopefully the Cardinals can have a good, sharp start to this half here, so maybe we can get in a position where we can play some other guys.
Yeah, we'll see if that happens. A good spot for Alexandria right now, but if you can boost this lead up and, maybe get it into that area around the mercy rule, which would be 35 points or more, once you're up by 35, if it comes with 9 minutes or fewer remaining in the game, then you do have the mercy rule in effect, basically running time. But still a lot of basketball to be played, but Alexandria in a good spot right now. The Cardinals did not trail in the opening half as Alexandria scored on a Gavin Roderick three-pointer, and the Cardinals have led throughout. Roderick, by the way, leading Alexandria in scoring with 19 points. He did not miss from three-point range. He was 4 for 4 in the opening half. Added a couple of baskets from two-point range, and he was 3 of 4 from the free throw line. He is the one Alexandria player in double figures. Blake Scholl has come off the bench, knocking down 3 3-pointers for 9 points. Mason Witt actually was scoreless for about the first 12, 13 minutes of the game. He actually attacked the basket to get a couple of scores, then knocked down a late first half three-pointer, and he has 7 in the opening half. Thomas Henricks came out, made, I believe, 3 shots right away in the game, and he's got 6 points for the Cardinals. Grady Starzl with 4 and Miles Gray with 2. Talon Witt played in the first half but did not score. Rocori is being paced by their senior forward, Brody Woods. He had 12 points, and a lot of those came in close to the basket, either layups or short jumpers in the lane. He is a muscular fella, and he had a pretty good first half, leading the Spartans in both points and rebounds. 7 points for Nolan Crone, 5 for Nolan Van Looy, and 2 for Connor Pearson. Rebounds in the first half, pretty close. 15 unofficially for Alexandria, 14 for Rocori. Woods has 6 of those for the Spartans. Meanwhile, Grady Starzl with 6 boards for Alexandria, including 4 on the offensive glass. Fouls in the half, 6 for Alexandria and 6 as well for or actually 5 for Rocori. We had a few players in the game pick up 2 fouls each, but nobody at this point with 3 fouls in the game. The Spartans were 1 of 3 from the line, Alexandria 3 of 4. The Cardinals 8 of 14 from 3-point range. Rocori was 1 of 9. Turnovers only 6 for Alexandria, 13 for Rocori. And again, the halftime score is Alexandria 47, Rocori 26. That is our mid-game report presented to you by Eldon's Fresh Foods in Alexandria. We'll enjoy these words on our latent media platforms and back for the second half of Cardinal boys basketball after this timeout.
Hi, I'm Mark Lee from Mark Lee Excavating and Asphalt and Paving. Most of my crew has been here for decades.
The reason I've been here for so long is I love the variety and I love the different tasks throughout the day. A chance to operate many different pieces of equipment in any day.
Working here, I definitely like working with the crew. The guys are involved in training you and definitely help developing you as a person.
If I was looking for a place of employment, I would definitely apply here.
Give me a call and visit my website because we're hiring and I want to talk to you about your next career with us.
A broken tooth? Fixed in one appointment? Yes, we do that at Dental Health Associates with our CEREC crowns. We'll fix your tooth in one appointment, which means less time off work, less time away from your family, and more convenience for you. You're in and out in one visit.
Get great service at Alexandria Motors. Serving your family for generations and generations to come. Stop in for a great deal on your next vehicle. Alexandria Motors. One low price, plain and simple, always.
When you come to Fat Daddy's Bar and Grill, you can count on great food, over 30 beers on tap, and a creative drink menu.
Come join us today at Fat Daddy's Bar and Grill in Alexandria.
Good service, good friends, and a great place to eat. It's the right time for a getaway. It's the right time for a getaway. Let's get away.
Better water starts with EcoWater. Get started today and discover EcoWater's products and expertise for the perfect solution. Visit WeFixWaterMN.com with offices in Alexandria, Fergus Falls, Glenwood, and Morris.
Being locally owned here at the Culvers of Alexandria, Charles Johnson and myself, John Loomis, are very proud to be a part of the community. We enjoy the time we get to spend here, the memories we've made, and we're excited to see you after the game when you need to refuel.
Go Cardinals!
Resorts Marine in Osakis. Check us out for new and used boats, pontoons, UTVs, and golf carts. For the whole outdoors, shop us first, shop us last, just shop us. Resorts Marine and Outdoors in Osakis.
I just get a great satisfaction when I hear the relief in a customer's voice that they've been helped. They always feel it's an inconvenience when they call us. It's like, it's never an inconvenience. We love helping our customers.
Get the second half underway, and after Alexandria shows a little bit of pressure, the Spartans work it inside where the basket is made by Brody Woods, and then at the other end, Gavin Roderick starts the second half just like he started the game, knocking down a three-point shot. So Alexandria now is at the half-century mark, leading by a score of 50-28, and then unfortunately for Roderick, he gets called for his third foul, so he becomes the first player tonight to pick up a third foul.
Yeah, he's got to be, and he's just got to be careful now. As I mentioned, he plays the game one way, and that's hard, and he's going to be physical, and he's going to be active with his hands, and sometimes, those hands get in the way. Good tip there by Talon.
Yep, and that's going to result in a turnover at the other end. Gavin Roderick will lay it in, and he got fouled. So textbook transition basketball after Alexandria got the recovery. Roderick scores at the other end, and the lead goes further north up to 24. And a foul gets called on Rocori's Nolan Van Looy. That will be his third foul.
Yeah, great find there by Talon, just like he did so many Friday nights for us on the football field. Just that great vision and able to find Gavin there right in stride.
So it is now 53-28 after Roderick makes the free throw. Rocori with the basketball, now flowing right to left in this second half of play. How about making that assist by Talon Witt, our Culver's play of tonight's game? What do you think about that?
That's great. No, I agree. That says, again, we just can't seem to. Woods has really been, he's been tough down in there.
I know. Yeah, Brody Woods scores another basket. He's now up to 16 in tonight's game. Talon, by the way, shoots a three-pointer. That doesn't go. Thomas Hendricks with the rebound. Then outside, Gavin Roderick makes another three-point basket.
Yeah, and that was just, that's what I love to see there from Tom. He's getting that rebound, finding Gavin, who knocks down the three, and those are just those little plays that, will go a long way to this team getting to what they want to be.
And now the Cardinals get another recovery. Here's a lob inside, and Gavin Roderick tried the reverse layup. That didn't go. Rebound to Rocori's Nolan Crone. Now another pass gets knocked away, intercepted. Open lane for Mason Witt, and he couldn't convert on the layup.
No, that's too bad. Those were two nice opportunities there, created with some good defense, and we just got to finish.
Still a 26-point Alexandria lead at 56-30. We are in the second half. Nolan Van Looy with the basketball. He curls and passes to Nolan Crone. Then it goes inside, loose ball. Woods tried to recover it. He gets it outside to Ethan Hellerman, and now the ball tipped into the backcourt, tracked down here by Crone. 5 seconds to go on the shot clock. Nolan will race to the basket, lays it up too strong. Gavin Roderick with the defensive rebound for Alexandria. Off now to Talon Witt, then a straight-on Mason Witt three is off the front rim. Woods with another defensive rebound. Brody Woods, I believe, is now 2 rebounds away from securing a double-double tonight.
Yeah, we have not played, anybody that's physically, there's an interception there by Talon.
Yeah, another turnover, now 17 for the night. You were about to say, as Gavin Roderick yet sinks another three-pointer. I tell you what, hold that thought, because Tyler Barker, the head coach of the Spartans, wants to take a timeout, and we're waiting to see if it's going to be a full or a shorty. I believe it's going to be a full timeout, so we'll make it a 1-minute break on our late media platforms. Second half in varsity boys basketball on the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard. Alexandria leads Rocori 59-30.
For over 30 years, Northland Buildings has been providing quality post-frame buildings to customers, serving clients across the upper Midwest since 1994. Northland Buildings. Quality buildings built tough for the Northland.
Northland Building. Fresh, family, locally loved. Eldon's Fresh Foods. Eldon's Fresh Foods.
Getting in. Who do you turn to if you or a loved one is experiencing a mental health crisis? We're here. Region 4 South Mobile Crisis Team will come to you by calling 701-364-0431.
If you haven't experienced all new Woodies, you're missing out on the best clean in town.
We installed all new equipment and high suction vacuum service,
but kept our personalized touch with our pre-wash and hand drying service.
Get your shine on
at Woody's Car Wash in the heart of downtown Alexandria.
Some defensive pressure for Alexandria. I believe Nat Parks now into the game, and he'll work his way to the basket and put it in. First basket for Parks tonight, so it is now 59-32 in favor of Alexandria. The Cardinals have led this game throughout. Talon Witt will drop it into the corner, and the three by Mason Witt doesn't go, and Brody Woods gets the rebound for the Spartans.
And I was going to say there, Woods he's a true post player, and we really don't see a ton of them anymore in basketball. The game is played so much outside the arc, and he's really done a nice job just of physically trying to demand the ball. But again, they've only made 1 3, and it's going to be hard to catch up to the Cardinals when you only have made 1 3.
Yeah, meanwhile, Alexandria gets another three-point shot. Gavin Roderick must be very close to some school record for most consecutive made three-pointers at the start of the game. He is now 8 for 8 beyond the arc. Alexandria now leading 62-34. He's going to go to the other end, and he missed on the flush. Rebound to Blake Kelly of Rocori. At the other end, a shot is up and in. I think Nolan Van Looy scored the basket and got fouled, so a little bit of a 4-point swing there. The Cardinals don't get the dunk at the other end, and Rocori scores the basket with hoop and harm at the other end of the floor.
Yeah, we've had some just some unfortunate, misses there and down low, and that was another one, and it leads to a 3-point play, or opportunity anyway, as that's the third foul there on Tom. But again, I think Gavin, Riley Byer, right, she had set, I think, the school record in the girls program last week with, I don't know if it was 8 or 9 threes, and so I don't know what the record is for the Cardinals, but Gavin, 8 is a lot of threes.
Right, and again, he has not missed from 3-point range. I got to throw it out there, even if there's the risk of the DMAC jinx. But Gavin Roderick, 8 for 8 from 3-point range. Nolan Van Looy made the the free throw to complete the 3-point play, and it's a 25-point Alexandria lead. Here's the teardrop by Miles Gray. That doesn't go, and Gavin Roderick goes up strong with the rebound, and he got his shot to drop, but evidently a shuffle of the feet occurred before that. So the Cardinals will turn it back over.
Yeah, Gavin's got to just be careful here. It's a 25-point game, and he's a player that plays with a lot of emotion, and I think he thinks he got fouled there, which he probably did. And so now just be smart there. It's a good turnover there.
Yeah, Gavin Roderick gets the recovery, gets it off to Mason Witt, and Mason Witt will lay it in.
Yeah, nice job there, creating that easy offense through transition.
64-37. By the way, you are listening to People Radio, KXRA Alexandria. 1490 AM, 100.3 FM, 105.7 FM. Audio through the Voice of Alexandria app, powered by Mission Mechanical Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning. Thanks for watching our broadcast tonight on the Voice of Alexandria streaming channel on YouTube. 9 for 9 is Gavin Roderick beyond the arc here, and the lead expands to 30. It's Alexandria 67, Rocori 37.
Yeah, we used to play a game, NBA Jam, and you'd say that he's on fire, and the ball just is, it's like the ball's on fire, and it just it continues to go through the hoop. He's going to take another one.
He'll try for 10 for 10, and he's got it! 10 in a row for Gavin Roderick from 3-point range, and it's now 70-37.
Yeah, he's getting closer here to that school record for points. He's been there a couple times this year, and pretty remarkable performance here again tonight.
Now at the other end, Drew Brink tries a 3-pointer, and that goes off. Ball out of bounds. And yeah, because Gavin's made 10 3-pointers, 3 2-point baskets, and 4 free throws, he's up to 40. And that basically is in 24 minutes of game time, and there's still plenty of game time left.
Absolutely, and it's a 33-point game here, and so yeah, it's one of those things where we just had Gavin as our player of the game on Thursday against Ferguson. He's picking up right where he left off.
Yeah, so Alexandria 70, Rocori 37 in the second half. Spartans have the ball as Ethan Hellerman, Nolan Van Looy all on the floor, and now a pass inside, intercepted. Recovery for Grady Starzl, off to Mason Witt. He'll try a 3, and that is off. Back tap off the fingertips of one of the Cardinal players, and Rocori will get it back. It's interesting, Mason Witt has attempted 7 3-pointers. We saw the game at Fergus on Thursday night where he was 50% beyond the arc, 7 out of 14, but this Monday is a different night for him.
Yeah, and I don't think they're, off by a large, he's just kind of ever so close to tickling that twine, and, he'll just keep shooting here and get himself into rhythm. And again, I think it's sometimes on a Monday when you're not, not in that normal rhythm of a Tuesday or Thursday or Friday, that can impact.
Now Blake Scholl will work his way in. Shot no good. Ball got tapped up by Scholl on the offensive rebound, and then it got wedged between the glass and the rim. That results in a tie-up, and Alexandria has possession, so the Cardinals will play the ball in. 20 seconds will be put on the shot clock. 11:07 remains in the second half, and Alexandria is up by 31. Mason Witt will get it into Miles Gray. Gray now to Blake Scholl. Scholl's 3-pointer is no good. Rebound to, guess who, Brody Woods. And Woods now has the double-double tonight for Rocori, as that was his 10th rebound. So even if the Spartans don't go on to a win, it's been a good night for their senior forward, Brody Woods.
Yeah, he's been impressive, and physical underneath and real active on the boards. And
now the kick out, and the Spartans, Nolan Crone can't connect on the three. Rebound to the Alexandria Cardinals. Gavin Roderick up the floor, now takes the two-point shot. That rims off, and Brody Woods with another rebound here for the Spartans. Now into the front court. It's Ethan Hellerman with the ball. Out toward Woods, loose ball, and I think the Spartans got a timeout, and Tyler Barker is going to call for another full timeout, so he's being media friendly with us tonight. 60-second break here on our platforms. 10:18 remains, second half. And in boys basketball on the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard, Alexandria leads Rocori 70-39.
Trum Drug has things in every aisle that you won't find anywhere else, and many of them are made right here in Minnesota. Stop in and grab something for yourself, a friend, or family. Trum Drug, locally owned, locally loved.
As the seasons change, so do the needs of your car. That's when Alexandria drivers turn to Mike and Josh at Precision Auto. From simple tune-ups to major repairs, trust a pro. Precision Auto on 8th and Nokomis, Alexandria. Cardinals fans, did you know that Cenex Midtown Express has a gas pump designated to support Alexandria Public Schools? For each gallon purchased, 2 cents will be donated to the schools. Pump up your pride at Cenex, your local hometown choice in Alexandria and Garfield. Owned by the community, supporting the community.
I'm a nurse at heart. I went into this to take care of other people.
What we say as nurses and as teammates matters here.
Come on over, you'll love it. You will get to experience so many things and help many people.
We are in the second half. Alexandria in control of the game. In boys basketball, leading 70-39. Spartans have the ball. Nat Parks has it left side. It comes out top now to Connor Pearson. Pearson looking to drive. He'll get it off now. And the jumper for Nolan Van Looy is good. The junior Van Looy now into double figures as he's got 12 tonight. Van Looy and Woods have combined for 28 of Rocori's points. Now the ball worked around as we've got Blake Scholl, Grady Starzl, Miles Gray, Mason Witt, and Thomas Henricks on the floor. Long two-point shot by Mason Witt doesn't go. Nice back tap here by Grady Starzl, and Alexandria will reset. 9.5 minutes to go in the second half. Scholl dishes into the left corner. The three by Starzl doesn't go. Ball caroms around and finally will be controlled by the Rocori Spartans. And it will be Ethan Hellerman bringing it into the front court. Now he'll get it over to Nolan Van Looy, then back to Hellerman. Alexandria 70, Rocori 41. Right side, Van Looy with the ball. He'll go inside to Brody Woods against Scholl. Woods shot no good, contested by Scholl. Ball out of bounds, back to the Alexandria Cardinals.
Yeah, good defensive possession, I thought, there from the Cardinals. They really did a nice job of working hard underneath and keeping Woods off the board after he missed that first one. And chance here now, under 9 minutes here. Cardinals lead by 29, so a chance here to get a few good minutes here and maybe extend that lead a little bit.
Yep, Rocori making a couple of player substitutions as Brody Woods checks out and Alexandria goes inside. Grady Starzl gets the basket and the Cardinals lead 72-41.
Yeah, nice little work there out of that zone, getting that easy layup.
Now looking to drive is Nolan Crone, and he got fouled in the act of shooting, so he'll make his first trip to the free throw line tonight. Foul gets called on the Cardinals' Blake Scholl, and that will be his first in the game.
Yeah, you know, you talk a little bit, and you talked earlier about Nolan and his dad, Jason. You know, Jason has done a good job with Rocori and Cold Spring, just with their youth basketball program, because I think that's so key for a community, you know, to get those kids playing as a young age and get stuff organized. And I know that's been one of the successes of our program, is just our youth program, and so I give him credit, and you know, certainly you can see the skills that his son has.
1 of 2 from the line for Nolan Crone, and he now has, I believe, 8 points. Shot at the other end, no good, but there's Grady Starzl getting yet another offensive rebound, and this time he gets his shot to drop.
Yeah, nice job there by Grady, again working hard Another good possession there.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Nolan Crone ended up missing both of those free throws as it's now 74-41. And then a shot by the Spartans doesn't go. Miles Gray with the rebound. And now the Cardinals have it, working left to right second half. Grady Starzl, spin move, kicks it out. Mason Witt straight on three is good. Second made triple tonight for Mason Witt, and that puts him in double figures with 12. And with under 8 minutes to go, the mercy rule is now in effect as Alexandria has a 77-41 lead.
Yeah, great job there. Those were a couple of good possessions as Grady's going to work hard for a steal here.
And he lays it up a little bit short, so possession to Rocori after Parks gets the defensive rebound. Russ, I don't mean to pick nits here, if you will, but I tell you, the Cardinals have missed on some easy scoring chances after getting steals. Otherwise, Alexandria probably is up in the mid-80s in scoring by now.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, they're playing hard, and, you know, that's the one thing,
right.
Obviously, you want to see them play hard and those good things, and, you know, those things will come, and they're getting ever so close.
And a three-point shot by Brink is good, and then Thomas Hendricks missed on the three-pointer. Nolan Crone comes away with the defensive rebound. By the way, Drew Brink's grandfather, unfortunately, has passed away not all that long ago, but Bob Brink, really one of the most successful high school boys basketball coaches in the state of Minnesota. I believe back in the late 80s in the big school class, Coach Brink led Rocori to the state Class AA championship. That was at a time where you had just two classes for boys basketball.
Anytime you have a court named after you, it must have been
exactly
pretty important to call it basketball in your community.
Yeah, and but Drew Brink is Bob's grandson, and he's getting some court time tonight. In fact, he just secured a rebound after a missed three-point attempt. Alexandria 77, Rocori 44. Looking to drive to the basket and putting it in is Nolan Crone. That makes the score 77-46. Now right side, here is Talon Witt with the ball. Talon and Mason Witt joined by Miles Gray, Grady Starzl, and Thomas Hendricks. So the only starter on the bench at the moment for the Cardinals as Grady Starzl scores to make it a 79-46 lead. Alexandria is going to make a timeout or take a substitution timeout, so we're going to keep it right here. So the starters will be done for the night, and I believe Grady Starzl will also be done for the night. And Grady was just one rebound away from a double-double himself. 10 points to go along with 9 boards, including 6 on the offensive glass. Let's reset who is in now for Alexandria. You've got Ty Miller in the game. Max Jansen is on the court. Barrett Amborn is getting some court time. Blake Scholl remains in the game for Alexandria, and Levi Gibson is also on the floor for the Cardinals. 79-46 Alexandria with the lead. Brinks three-pointer. It's off the front rim, and Levi Gibson gets the defensive rebound. Outlet pass ahead, a little bit too long for the Cardinals, Max Jansen, and it's going to be out of bounds. That's only the second half turnover for Alexandria. 8 for the game. The Spartans, by comparison, with 22 turnovers for the night.
Yeah, we talked about the Cardinals coming out in the second half and being much sharper, and I think they have been, and that's been good. And obviously, you know, a 33-point lead, you know, lets you get some other guys here an opportunity to play a little bit. As we mentioned, you know, tomorrow night, another conference game against a tough Brainerd team as always, so that should be exciting.
Yep, and that is now a section matchup between the Cardinals and the Warriors. Here's a short jumper by Brink down on the right block, and he scores. Drew Brink did not score in the first half, but he's, oh, I'm sorry, that's a new player, Leighton Becker. Yeah, not Drew Brink. So Becker scores the basket. Brink has the three-point shot. So it's 79-48 in favor of Alexandria. Loose ball taken now. Ty Miller will get it to the left side to Scholl, then back to Ty Miller, further out to Levi Gibson. Now to Miller, he'll curl in. His jumper in the lane will be off target, and the ball will go back to the Rocori Spartans.
Yeah, I never know. You know, I always mean to look that up. You know what the rule is. We still have running time, even though the lead has gone below 35. I think there's a threshold.
I think if it goes back down underneath 30, then I think you get stopped time. So, and then it would have to go back over 35. So if Rocori scores here, then we might have the stoppages again, I believe. So now we're going to have a traveling call here on the Spartans. Anders Hauge now on the court for Rocori. I see Nolan Elfering is getting some time late. We mentioned Leighton Becker on the floor. Blake Kelly is back in for Rocori. One other player that I am missing, I think it's Nat Parks as the 5th Spartans player on the floor.
Yeah, 31. They all kind of look at their numbers all kind of look alike, and
right.
Especially from up here. Graham Odlin checks into the game for the Cardinals.
Yep. And Levi Gibson can't connect on a 3, but Odlin got the rebound. And another look here for Alexandria. Now looking to drive Barron Damborn along the baseline, and we're going to have a blocking foul. That is only the 2nd foul this half for the Rocori Spartans. So I doubt either team is going to get to the bonus in the 2nd half of the game.
Yeah, back, I don't know, what is it, 18 years ago, 19 years ago when I used to officiate, if we'd have one of these games where we didn't call many fouls, we'd wonder would we still get paid.
Yes. Yeah. Meanwhile, Levi Gibson makes a short jumper in the lane, and his name is into the scoring column, and it's Alexandria 81, Rocori 48. So the margin of victory will be a little bit wider than it was at Fergus Falls last week. Here's the steal for Amborn. He'll look to drive, but the basket will not count as an offensive foul. Ends up being called, so a turnover each way there. And the Spartans will have the ball back.
Yeah, I don't know about that one.
Yeah.
But anyway, maybe they
did you end up getting paid for those quick moving games?
We did.
Good.
A lot of them were in Parker's Prairie or Osaka, Sabika, Nevis. Those are long, cold winter nights.
Oh yeah, up the Highway 71 corridor. If you're getting to the Northland up near Managa and Sabika and everything. So now left side, Blake Kelly with the basketball. Down to 10 seconds to go on the shot clock. Nolan Elfring now with the touch here. Then it goes to the left side, tipped out of bounds by Graham Odland. Possession will belong to Rocori. Spartans will go a little bit deeper on their bench. Griffin Viemeister will check in. Then Christian Bergeson also will get some time on the floor late for Rocori. Down to about a minute remaining, and we still have 4 seconds to go on the shot clock. Pass comes in. Elfring hands it off, then gets it back. His desperation 3 will not count. It'll be a shot clock violation and turnover number 25 on the night for Rocori.
Yeah, nice job there by that group defensively forcing that shot clock violation, and hopefully nobody gets hurt there on that that shot as that one up there. And Max Jansen in the game. We talked about Max last time as a senior, working hard in practice. Good to see him get another opportunity to get out there tonight.
Yep, Graham Odlin cannot connect on the 3. Nolan Elfring with the rebound for the Spartans. Shot clock now off in the game as Alexandria is comfortably in front. Now a pass inside, stolen away. Outlet ahead, and Barron Damborn will lay it in. I think it was Ty Miller that triggered that opportunity.
Yeah, nice pass there by Ty to Bear, running the floor. Good way to finish the game for these guys.
Yep, 35-point lead for the Alexandria Cardinals. And Graham O'Neill will take the final shot, and that is off target. So Alexandria wins by 35 in tonight's game. The Cardinals now at 5-0 in the Central Lakes Conference as Alexandria pulls away to win 83-48 over the Rocori boys basketball team. That will do it for our play-by-play. We invite you to stay tuned to our Leighton Media platforms. We're going to make this about a 4-minute timeout as we'll enjoy some words from our boosters of Alexandria Cardinal sports coverage. And then we will return with the Juettner Motors post-game report. But right now, again, on our Voice of Alexandria YouTube channel and on KXRA Radio, we'll have these words from our Alexandria Cardinal sports boosters.
Cardinals fans, did you know that Cenex Midtown Express has a gas pump designated to support Alexandria Public Schools? For each gallon purchased, 2 cents will be donated to the schools. Pump up your pride at Cenex, your local hometown choice in Alexandria and Garfield. Owned by the community, supporting the community.
I'm a nurse at heart. I went into this to take care of other people.
What we say as nurses and as teammates matters here.
Come on over, you'll love it. You will get to experience so many things and help many people.
Dentistry at the Center knows all about busy schedules, and that's one of the best things about having 3 dentists. We have more appointment times available, so we can see you sooner. So, for dentist appointments to fit your schedule better, come see the friendly folks at Dentistry at the Center.
Where you start today is not where you'll finish tomorrow. At Alexandria College, we know you have big plans for the future. Find your calling and be a legend.
Life can sometimes feel like you're navigating through construction. You hit a detour, run out of gas, or you're going the wrong way on a one-way street. But Lakeland Mental Health Center is here to help you get back to the right path. Visit lmhc.org. Help today for a better tomorrow.
Hi, I'm Mark Lee from Mark Lee Excavating and Asphalt and Paving.
I'm looking for experienced, hardworking people to join my company. When you work for us, you'll be home every night, no overnight hotels. Give me a call and visit my website because we're hiring and we want to talk to you about your next career with us.
When you want your closing to go as smooth as possible, ask for Integrity Title. We may be a bit obsessed about our jobs and the details that go into it, but that's what makes us such a good choice for your real estate closing. Ask for Integrity Title, the title closing geeks.
The Tradesman Construction has built a rich history as being the premier, most referred, full-service general contractor in the area. They are a proud supporter of all Alexandria Cardinal teams. Find them online at tradesmanconstruction.com.
Carlson Music Center, downtown Alexandria. Yamaha pianos and new and used equipment. Lessons and instruction. Learn from the best, piano and voice to guitar and violin. Carlson Music Center, for all your musical needs in Alexandria.
At ALP Utilities, we're proud to be a community-owned public power and water utility. That means local decisions, reliable service, and reinvesting in Alexandria. From classrooms to sidelines, we're proud to be a part of the moments that bring our community together.
Hi, Carl Qualley with Qualley Real Estate. Our business approach is based on what we call the 4 E's: experience, expertise, ethics, and energy. Qualities that led us to be voted best real estate company 3 years in a row. Find your real estate coach at Qualley Real Estate, where we protect your money.
Hi, I'm Dr. Emma.
And I'm Dr. AJ. We're the dentists at the Alexandria Dental Clinic, where advanced care meets a family-first approach.
From cosmetic dentistry and Invisalign to restorative work and pediatric care.
Alexandria Dental Clinic, your smile's new best friend.
Getting in and out of the pharmacy is easy with Trum Drug's app, RX Local. Download the app, choose Trum Drug as your pharmacy, use it for medication refills and reminders. Trum Drug, locally owned, locally loved.
A successful win isn't about the score. It's about what you put into the game. If a successful win matters to you on the purchase or sale of your property, hard work matters to me. Todd Whiting, Century 21, 766-2200.
Enjoy life at the lake and work for a growing company that offers rewarding careers and cares about your well-being. Agard, we build cool machines and are hiring for multiple positions across the organization. Plus, no-cost health benefits for you and your family.
First Western provides the best in customer service.
Professional, friendly, full-service banking is what you can count on at First Western.
First Western, you can bank on us.
The 8. We welcome you to our Juettner Motors post-game report on KXRA Radio, and thanks for watching as well on our YouTube channel. On the YouTube screen, the people left to right include Russ Hinrichs on the left, myself, Dave McClurg, on the right, and we have another Hinrichs as part of the conversation, and he is our post-game guest, that being Thomas Hinrichs. Our post-game interview presented to you by Quality Toyota of Fergus Falls. How far would you drive for a great deal from Quality Toyota? What's your number? You can check out their showroom on West Lincoln Avenue during regular hours to shop, or you can visit online anytime at qualitytoyota.net. And it should be a fun conversation here with 2 generations of Hinrichs as part of our post-game report. Thomas, for those that are not watching live on YouTube right now but are checking the coverage out on the radio, what is your number when you suit up on game night?
We're number 15.
Very good. And has 15 been your jersey number throughout much of your varsity years?
So through football,
Since sophomore year, it's been 15, but through basketball, I've had a different number every year. So this year, just thought I'd stick with the football number and go 15.
Go with a little consistency.
Yeah.
Now I know, I believe Concordia St. Paul is your destination to play football in the future. Are you gonna request 15, or is that gonna take a little while?
We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens when I get up there and see what I get.
Very good. Thomas, this was a game where Alexandria really, in many ways, kind of took care of business. I thought your team defensively was able to, kind of get Rocori sped up a little bit, and Alexandria would bust the game open. I think a 17-0 run in the first half. How would you assess the performance, especially coming on a 3-game week and you're playing on Monday night?
I thought we were very active, especially Gav. He did a really good job up top getting us going from the start. Coach Witt, he said in our pregame meeting that we could get after these guys, and we knew if we got after them early that it'd be a long game for them and a very fun one for us.
You would contribute with a couple of baskets early on. I think you ended up finishing with 6 points in the game. And you scored some points up in Fergus Falls as well. I know a lot of ways you're kind of like a glue player, if you will. I hope you don't think that's offensive or anything, that you're not necessarily counted on to score a lot. But are you feeling a little bit better with seeing some of those shots fall, that your confidence level to shoot the ball is in a good spot right now?
Oh, yeah, it's definitely gives you a lot of confidence when you see those shots go in early. When you see them go in early, it gives you confidence throughout the game, and especially at this point in the year, with 2 months left in the season, it's good to see those shots go to keep yourself going throughout the rest of the year.
I would be remiss if I didn't give you the opportunity to share your thoughts on your teammate Gavin Roderick. He would end up scoring 40 points on the night, and I think he did that in the first 24 minutes of the game. I had him on my stat sheet going 10 for 10 from three-point range, and if indeed that is true, that has to be some sort of school record with highest three-point shooting percentage within a game. But as you're out on the court or you're sitting on the bench watching that unfold, what is that like to see somebody that's that hot from the floor?
It's something you don't see every day, and it's really exciting when you do. When you see something like that happen, you just can't be anything but happy for the guy, and you know that you get that ball, you got to keep looking for him, because that next shot he takes is going to go in.
So Gavin Roderick scores 40 on the night as Alexandria gets the victory, 83-48. Tom, I might have a few questions for you, but I want to turn the next part of the interview over to that guy off to your right that you know quite well. So it's Russ Henricks and Thomas Henricks for our Quality Toyota conversation here.
Absolutely. Thank you, D-Mac. Great job tonight, kiddo. Proud of you. Let's, talk a little bit about the five of you, right? D-Mac, and I've shared with him just the five of you have been playing together for a long time. And so you guys, you five seniors are out there, you, Talon, Mason, Gavin, and Miles. To start the game, just talk a little bit about, what that feels like, obviously, to have you five guys out there together starting and playing together as seniors for the Cardinals.
It's really special. We've been playing with each other since 4th grade. 7th grade year, we won the state tournament. And it's just, when we all five of us are on the court together, we kind of just flow better. We know where each other is at. We know what each other do. And it makes the game easier.
Yeah, absolutely. And you talk a little bit about, last year and that experience of winning a state championship and being a role player and getting out there and playing on that Williams Arena floor. And just as you look back and that experience, what are your best memories? What are your things that you'll always cherish, about being a state champion?
Yeah, so first started in 7th grade. We went 30-2 and won the state tournament that COVID year. We had to wear masks, and that was just special. There wasn't many fans there, but just to win that with each other, to get a taste of what it feels like. And then last year to win that state tournament and celebrate with the boys. We played a lot of games on the bus, going to the Williams Arena. It's just special. Those are memories you'll never forget.
Awesome. The last one, and, D-Mac mentioned next year, and I'll let you kind of share with him a little bit. You can tell the audience, too, about where plans stand for next year as things have changed a little bit over the last few weeks, and just kind of share with the audience, and you can look in the camera there and just kind of talk about what things have happened, and so, yeah, where you're at.
Yeah, so there was a coaching change at Concordia St. Paul, so I made the decision with my family to decommit and reopen my recruiting process. And so that's now open. Me, my dad, my mom have been going on a couple visits to schools, MIAC schools, a couple D2 schools, and not really in a rush this time. We'll see where things take me, and I'm really excited to see what the future holds.
Yeah, absolutely. And, we'll see. You're at St. John's this weekend, River Falls, right?
Yeah,
this next weekend. So great job tonight, buddy. I'll turn it back over to D-Mac. I love you, and, let's keep it going, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, kiddo.
Very good. Thomas Henricks is our special guest here as part of our post-game report as Alexandria gets the 83-48 victory. You know, Thomas, I think I may have asked you this question once or twice before, but this is such a special group of student athletes that you're a part of, and obviously you've played tons of basketball together. You know, for the Witt cousins, they've been your football teammates as well. And what makes, you know, this group that, you know, are your teammates that are part of the class of 2026? What makes it enjoyable to be around them and such a special group?
Well, first of all, I mean, we're teammates. We love each other on the court, but most importantly, we're friends in the classroom, friends at school, and then we're a family off the court. One of us needs something, all of us will be there to pick each other up. It's a whole family, and we all there for each other, and we all love each other.
I know that there's still a lot of basketball to be played. I think after tonight, the Cardinals still have 16 more games between now and February 26th, so 3-game weeks are going to be a little bit common as we get into the second half of the schedule. But can you talk a little bit, Thomas, about the attractiveness of some of the non-conference teams? You had Moorhead in your building last week, and that was a key section win to get a 4-point win over the Moorhead Spuds. But I think Benilde St. Margaret's is coming through later on. You're going to play down at St. Paul Johnson next Monday on Martin Luther King Jr. Day against a team, I believe, from suburban Milwaukee or something like that. But Totino Grace comes here to wrap up the regular season. But what's it like to play, you know, a marquee non-conference schedule as you do?
It's awesome. It's, you know, those are the games that you know you're going to walk into the gym and see it's almost packed. Like, those are the ones that you get really excited for. And those are the ones that you know you're going to give everybody's best shot, because we're the defending state champs. You see it up there on the board. And everybody that wants to come in here wants a piece of us and wants to beat us. So we just got to know we just got to be ready, and those are always going to be good games.
Have you really seen it through the first 10 games or so on the schedule? Like, everybody that is your opponent is playing your team like it's their state championship game?
Oh, yeah. Everybody's going to come in and give us our best shot. We know that. There's no team that's just going to back down just because we're the state champs. Everybody wants a piece of us, and everybody wants to beat us.
Thomas, great to connect with you again for a couple of moments. I'll visit with you when we get into the break, but good luck this week. I know your dad and I will be back to see you and broadcast on Friday. Your dad will be, you know, courtside tomorrow night and everything, but good luck throughout the season here.
Yes, sir. Thank you, D-Mac.
There is Thomas Henricks, our Quality Toyota Cardinal Athlete player of tonight's game. Alexandria gets the victory over the Rocori Spartans 83-48. We're going to enjoy these words on our late media platforms and back with more of our Juettner Motors post-game show.
What's your number?
We've driven 57 miles 6 times for a great deal at Quality Toyota.
Quality Toyota.
There is a man, an insurance man, located in the birthplace of America, where he is committed to helping you find the best coverage for your needs.
Welcome. I'm Keith. When you think of insurance, think of Bill Marks, where we do the shopping for you.
I see generations who are passionate about what they did. I hope that I can leave a legacy of compassion for people and love for family and friends.
Hi, I'm Mark Lee from Mark Lee Excavating and Asphalt and Paving. Most of my crew has been here for decades.
The reason I've been here for so long is I love the variety and I love the different tasks throughout the day. A chance to operate many different pieces of equipment in any day.
Working here, I definitely like working with the crew. The guys are involved in training you and definitely help developing you as a person.
If I was looking for a place of employment, I would definitely apply here.
Give me a call and visit my website, because we're hiring and I want to talk to you about your next career with us.
A broken tooth? Fixed in one appointment? Yes, we do that at Dental Health Associates with our CEREC crowns. We'll fix your tooth in one appointment, which means less time off work, less time away from your family, and more convenience for you. You're in and out in one visit.
When you come to Fat Daddy's Bar and Grill, you can count on great food, over 30 beers on tap, and a creative drink menu.
Come join us today at Fat Daddy's Bar and Grill in Alexandria.
Why do I bank at First Western? Easy. They take care of their customers.
First Western. You can bank on us.
It's the right time for a getaway.
Better water starts with EcoWater. Get started today and discover EcoWater's products and expertise for the perfect solution. Visit WeFixWaterMN.com with offices in Alexandria, Fergus Falls, Glenwood, and Morris.
Being locally owned here at the Culvers of Alexandria, Charles Johnson and myself, John Loomis, are very proud to be a part of the community. We enjoy the time we get to spend here, the memories we've made, and we're excited to see you after the game when you need to refuel.
Go Cardinals!
Resorts Marine in Osikis. Check us out for new and used boats, pontoons, UTVs, and golf carts. For the whole outdoors, shop us first, shop us last, just shop us. Resorts Marine and Outdoors in Osikis.
The Alexandria Cardinal boys basketball team gets the victory 83-48 over the Rocori Spartans. Welcome once again to our Juettner Motors post-game report as Alexandria raises its record to 7-3 on the year, now 5-0 in the Central Lakes Conference. Rocori falls to 0-6 in the CLC, and the overall mark now stands at 2-9. Let's go through some of the unofficial numbers in this game. Again, won by the Cardinals. Gavin Roderick ended up having nearly half of his team's points. Again, my unofficial stats had him perfect from three-point range, 10 out of 10. He added 3 two-point baskets and 4 free throws out of 5 attempts to finish with a game-high 40. He was one of 3 Alexandria players in double figures. Mason Witt, the senior guard, finished with 12. Grady Starzl was only 1 rebound away from a double-double. He did get to double figures in points with 10. Blake Scholl came off the bench, knocked down his first 3 three-point shots in the first half, and finished with 9. 6 points for our post-game guest, Thomas Henricks. 2 apiece for Miles Gray and Barrett Amborn. Levi Gibson also got a second-half basket for Alexandria. Graham Odland, Ty Miller, Talon Witt, Max Jansen all played in tonight's game but did not score. Alexandria's team total of 80 had Roderick with 40, Mason Witt with 12, Starzl with 10, Scholl with 9, 6 for Henricks, 2 apiece for Levi Gibson, Miles Gray, and Barrett Amborn. Nice overall game for senior forward Brody Woods. He would lead his team in points with 16 on 8 baskets from the floor. Nolan Van Looy added 12 for the Spartans, 9 for Nolan Crone, and then the scoring dropped off after that. 5 for Drew Brink, 2 for Nat Parks, and 2 for Blake Kelly, 2 as well for Connor Pearson. That made the team total. Actually, nope, I now found the basket that I inadvertently credited to Brink. Leighton Becker had a basket. So the Spartans actually had 8 players scored tonight. Again, Woods with 16, 12 for Van Looy, and then 9 for Crone. And then it goes 3 for Brink, and then 4 players with 2 points apiece. Pearson, Kelly, Becker, and Nat Parks. Team total 48. Getting into the game but not scoring in the contest tonight, Ethan Hellerman, along with Griffin Viemeister, Christian Bergeson, Anders Hauge, Grayson O'Neill, and Nolan Elfering. Alexandria would end up with a total of 28 rebounds in tonight's game. I'm in the process here of figuring out the Rocori Spartans rebound total.
I know Woods had a lot of them.
Yeah, he had 8, and I think the Spartans ended up with 26 overall. Alexandria with 28 rebounds in tonight's contest. And Brody Woods, 11 rebounds to go along with his 16 points. 3 of those were on the offensive glass. And as we pointed out earlier, Grady Starzl, he ended up leading his team at with 9 rebounds. And Russ Henricks, this is a young man that was out due to illness all of last week. I think he was battling the flu or something along that lines. And even if he was not at 100% in terms of overall health tonight, he brought it to the gym.
Yeah, absolutely. And those are the things that they really need from Grady. I mean, you think about right now, where they're at, this is the first time that they've had everybody together for the same game, all year. So as obviously talent is coming back, and then Grady was out, and so it's just nice to see everybody. They're inching closer. They're getting closer to kind of being the team they want to be, and Grady had a really good night, and I think if he can rebound like that and provide another physical presence for us, that's going to be so important here as we go through the rest of the year.
Fouls in the game, I believe the two teams combined for just 16 fouls, which helped to move it along on a nice clip. 9 fouls for Alexandria, 7 for Rocori, so neither team shot a lot of free throws. Gavin Roderick was the only one to get to the line for Alexandria. He made 4 out of 5, and Rocori as a team went 2 out of 6. The three-point shot worked well for Alexandria tonight. The Cardinals got more than half of their points from three-point range. We talked about Gavin Roderick going 10 for 10 beyond the arc. Blake Scholl was 3 for 4 from three-point range. And as a team, Alexandria was 15 of 31 from three-point territory. So just under 50% from the arc tonight. The Rocori Spartans were 2 for 13 from three-point range. Rocori turned the ball over 26 times tonight. Alexandria with 9. And we had no ties or lead changes. After Gavin Roderick sank the first of his 10 three-point baskets, the Cardinals played from in front the rest of the night. So, Russ, a good start to the week for the Alexandria boys basketball team. Hopefully they can continue. It's kind of interesting. The layout here goes Monday, Tuesday, Friday. And, tomorrow night Brainerd comes in. I know that the Warriors retooling a little bit from last year to this, but you always know regardless of what the record might be, Brainerd's going to come in and compete hard. And, they've got a little more reason to compete hard now that Alexandria's in the section that the Warriors have been in for several years.
Yeah, absolutely. And they didn't play tonight, so I'm sure they're all at home watching the game or figuring out a way to scout. And these teams and these programs know each other really well, and so that'll be it's a conference game. It's a section game, so it should be a lot of fun. It's the first of 2. As we're getting closer to seeing everybody now over these next couple of weeks, and tonight, obviously, Gavin, 10 threes. You come to the gym, you never know what you're going to see. So for him to put up 40, and, I thought Mason, too, had a really good game. Just his three wasn't falling for him, but he looked for other shots. He attacked the rim. And I would bet going into tomorrow night, he's gonna find that stroke from the three-point line, and he might hit 10 tomorrow. So, this team they got a lot of ways to beat you, and they got a bunch of guys who want to do the little things, and then a bunch of really good basketball players. They all are, and it's going to be exciting. Tomorrow night will be fun, and Friday night it'll be fun to get together. And then that boys game is going to sandwich between 2 girls games. So, lots of good basketball for you and I this week.
Yeah, no doubt about that. So, Russ, always a pleasure to work with you to cover the Alexandria Cardinal basketball teams. And are you back on courtside now to do PA tomorrow night?
Yep, tomorrow night we'll be here against Brainerd, and that'll be fun. And I got the best seat in the house there, and it's great. I got a great seat up here with you guys, and it's exciting, and I always enjoy working with you. And as always, go Cards.
There he is, Russ Henricks, my basketball broadcast partner all season long right here on our Leighton Media platforms, including KXRA Radio and the Voice of Alexandria streaming channel on YouTube. Alexandria won the preliminary games here at Alexandria Area High School earlier tonight. The varsity game goes the Cardinals' way 83-48. My thanks to all of the Alexandria Cardinal sports boosters that helped to bring you our coverage. Special thanks to Juettner Motors for presenting our post-game report. Steve D has been our KXRA radio studio engineer back in Master Control. JP and JD have been our videographers tonight on scene at Poli Court inside the Alexandria Area High School Gymnasium. Our next play-by-play will be in Pope County tomorrow night. We'll have Alexandria Cardinal Wrestling on the air. A dual meet between the two Section 8 AA rivals, Alexandria and Minnewaska. The Minnewaska Lakers have won the last 3 in this series since the Cardinals and the Lakers became common opponents in the same section. It'll be a fun night for wrestling tomorrow night. A lot of elementary and preliminary action on multiple mats at the Minnewaska Area High School Gymnasium. If you're not able to be there to watch it, we hope you'll join us on our Leighton Media platforms. Tom Ellison will be joining me, and videographer J.P. Boleen will be down at Minnewaska Area High School for the Lakers and the Cardinals on the mat. We should be taking air right around 6:30 or shortly thereafter tomorrow night. And then 3 consecutive days of Alexandria basketball later this week. Girls basketball for Alexandria Youth Night on Thursday when the Lady Cards host Bemidji at 7:15. More boys basketball Friday night with Alexandria hosting Sauk Rapids Rice at 7:15. And then we'll have a Saturday matinee with Alexandria versus Section 8 Class 4A rival Elk River in a 1:30 start Saturday afternoon. That'll do it from Poland Court inside Alexandria Area High School, where the Cardinal boys basketball team defeats Rocori 83-48. For JD, JP, and my broadcast partner Russ Henricks, Dave McClurg wishing you a good night from Alexandria Area High School.